Hi, this is Brett Tappy. We're back here again at Video Marketing Expo VMX 09 in Austin, Texas. And joining me right now is Mr. Giovanni Gallucci from Dallas.
Howdy.
Thanks for coming down.
Thank
Giovanni
you.
just had a nice talk today. An expert in social media, a so-called social media ninja, I guess.
So they say. Yeah, so they say.
So what all do you do, Giovanni?
Essentially stealth marketing online, public relations, tap into traditional advertising, marketing, tap into brand reputation management, natural SEO, understanding of kind of like the whole PR marketing advertising space. But most of the stuff I do is go in, run campaigns, hopefully nobody knows that I was there, and make tons of money for other people.
Excellent. So a year ago, we were all wondering, is Twitter going to is it going to tip or isn't it? Is it going to go mainstream? So it did go mainstream, obviously, and it's almost like it's so 2008. It's like last week. So what's next?
God, who knows what's next? I think what's next, as far as Twitter is concerned, is and you see a couple of rumblings about this, but I honestly believe, and people may think I'm crazy, is that I think if anyone's going to take market share away from Google, it's Twitter. Just the more relevant content, and Google's not going anywhere. But if you looked at Twitter and looked at Yahoo and Microsoft, ironically, you've got this little tiny startup down there in the Bay Area, and I think that they have a much better chance of actually taking a significant amount of market share away from Google than Yahoo and MS Inc. has ever dreamed of.
I tend to agree with you, and trying to explain that to people is sometimes kind of difficult. Is it about the search? Is it about a recommendation engine? Getting your answers, your questions answered much quicker on Twitter than you will through Google. How do you see it? Is it a war for eyeballs, or it is a war for service, or a utility factor?
I think that it is a combination of the utility, but people actually trusting the results. So the utility part is guaranteed every time I go to Google, I'm going to find the answer. No doubt about that. However, when I go to Google, Google gives me 48 million potential answers. And that's the problem. When I go to Twitter, my friends know me, they know context, they know why I'm asking what I'm asking, and typically with Twitter I'll get back 8 answers, and all 8 of them will be relevant, and a couple of them will be dead on. So for me, the issue is not only can I go and find the answer, but can I get to it quicker? And because we're living in a social world online, it's now important to me that I trust that response. And it's not to say that I never trusted Google. Google was just what was there. I had no other option. So with Twitter, it's an issue of that I have the additional benefit of knowing where the answer came from and understanding that that was kind of specifically chosen for me because the person that gave me the answer knew me. Google will never know me.
Right, exactly. I feel completely the same way.
Never been invited to Google's house for a cocktail party.
That's right. So, let's say you had 50 grand to spend in online advertising today. Whereabouts would you distribute that?
If I was looking to sell widgets, I would spend 40 grand on pay-per-click and give me the last 10 grand for having a great idea to spend it on pay-per-click.
Okay, well, that's results-oriented. What about if you were spending 50 on branding?
Branding, I would take that money and spend it on Facebook because Facebook has a ridiculously bad ROI when it comes to their pay-per-click model, which means that and this is real results, I can generate 2 million impressions on a brand for about $37 on Facebook. So if it was simply brand extension, brand exposure, and if it made sense and I could find my audience in Facebook, which is kind of hard not to these days, especially with the laser focus you can put on the demographics and people's user profiles, I'd take that money and I would put at least half of it towards Facebook, not expecting necessarily clicks and conversions, but if it's exposure, there's no better place to spend your money.
Excellent. Well, we're out of time, and I appreciate you taking the time to be with us today.
Thanks, sir.
Thanks, Giovanni.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.